It's that time of the week again. Welcome to This Week in F1. F1 being held hostage. No, the Taliban haven't taken over the Formula 1 HQ and are not demanding a camel race in Kabul. Relax. Zach Brown is the one I'm quoting, and he says F1 is being held hostage by the top teams lobbying for extra space regarding the budget gap for sprint races. Teams were allowed an extra $150,000 US, that is, per sprint race, and $100,000 extra if your car gets damaged in the sprint last season, and now some teams want more. Mr. Brown added, the current governance structure of the sport enables a situation where some teams, to protect their own competitive advantage, are effectively holding the sport hostage from what's best for the fans and therefore the sport at large. These teams seem unable to accept that a budget cap is in the best interest of the sport and cannot kick their habit of spending their way to the front. Go Zach Attack, you are sure to win some brownie points with the fans for this one. Insert another bad pun here.
Watch your back, cause we got ice everywhere. You've been warned.
Cash could derail sprints, which of course leads us to this story. With the smash success of the new sprint format last season, the F1 big shots are hoping to hold 6 sprint races this time round. Commercial rights issues may however sink these plans faster than a thing that sinks fast. Zach Brown, feeling very strongly on this as we just saw, has gone on record saying that an unidentified richer team wants the approximately $2.65 million US bucks allowed within the cost cap for this plan to be raised by $5 million US dollars. Ouch, that's some difference. Apparently the F1 bigwigs need 28 votes from 30 representatives on the F1 Commission to vote in favor to push the 6 sprints through, effectively meaning 8 teams have to back the plan. This means that if no middle ground can be found, oh what a poet I am, sprints may have to be pushed off from the 2022 calendar, which means everybody loses. I sometimes think the more money you have, the dumber you become. Ferrari to get 10% more wind tunnel time than Mercedes. Wind tunnel time of course is limited on a sliding scale based on where you finished the previous championship. This effectively means Mercedes get 280 hours in the tunnel during the aerodynamic test period, and Haas gets 460 hours, with this meaning Haas can effectively spend 7 hours a day on aerodynamic testing in the allowed period. How important is this? I quote ScuderiaFans.com, where I read, last year, as a result of the poor placing in the 2020 Constructors' Standings, Scuderia Ferrari was allowed 102.5% of wind tunnel RCFD time against a 90% allowed to the first team in the standings, which was the equivalent of more session, a weekly cycle of 50 hours of development. That, according to the engineers, is worth 0.1 seconds per lap in terms of race improvement. Wow! Based on last season's standing, the Little Horsies will be eligible to use 10% more wind tunnel time than champs Mercedes for the first half of the coming season. Let's hope they don't revert to the old Enzo Ferrari aerodynamics are for people who can't build engines mantra. Aston Martin finally poached Red Bull Aero Chief in a move right from a Bond movie. Aston Martin have finally managed to convince the Red Bull Aero guy to switch sides legally. Now I'm not going to say who's MI6 and who's Spectre in this scenario. You decide. Very unlike a Bond film, however, Dan Fallows will have to work a notice period at the Red Cows before joining Aston Martin. That kinda takes the edge out of it, doesn't it? It's been a long time coming, and after finishing up in the courtroom, Fallows has finally been announced as joining Mr. Bond's favourite team. Martin Whitmarsh, Group CEO of Aston Martin Performance Technologies. We are pleased to have reached an agreement with Red Bull which releases Dan early from his contract, and are looking forward to him joining the team. Prost dumped disrespectful Alpine. Alain Prost has to be one of my favourite drivers of all time. Faced multiple world champions as teammates and beat every single one of them. His body's always been prone to a good moan, hasn't he? It's been widely reported that the 4-time world champion has left Alpine ahead of the new season, but now Monsieur Prost has lifted the lid on why he called it quits at the French outfit. I have refused the offer made to me in Abu Dhabi for the 2022 season because of a personal relationship, and I was right, said Prost. Also being quoted as saying, no respect, sorry, when news was leaked of his leaving. Never one to keep his mouth, Prost also laid into Alpine CEO Laurent Rossi, saying to L'Equipe, Laurent Rossi's desire is to be alone, not to be polluted by anyone. He told me himself he no longer needed to be advised. Wow! Mr. Prost seems a bit high maintenance, but how on earth could you not take advice from someone with his expertise? Multiple world champion, one of the greatest of all time, former team owner, legend. Wow, I'm speechless. Thought for the week, Deuteronomy 11:26-28. Behold, I set before you today a blessing and a curse. The blessing if you obey the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you today, and the curse if you do not obey the commandment of the Lord your God, but turn aside from the way which I command you today, to go after other gods which you have not known. Just like Mr. Laurent Rossi, we do not know everything, and it can only help to be guided by the God who created it all. Playing out with the usual memes, please send us some. Please enjoy these and also have a great week. It's a while before the season still starts. Spend the time wisely. God bless. Goodbye.